Hello and welcome to Recitation 0.4 on Pytorch. Through this video, we aim to explain what Pytorch is, motivate its use, and go over its basic functionality. Firstly, what is Pytorch? Pytorch is an open source deep learning framework and scientific computing package that is known for its flexibility and its ease of use. Throughout this course, we will be using Pytorch to build deep learning models. At the very core, Pytorch can be thought of as an n-dimensional array library that is a NumPy alternative with support for doing computations on GPU. Pytorch provides an engine to automatically compute derivatives, predefine model building blocks, a gradient-based optimization package, and utilities such as data loading, data transformation, and downloading pre-trained models. Now, why should we use Pytorch? Firstly, it's Pythonic, so it's easy for most machine learning developers to learn and to use. As we'll see in this course, computing partial derivatives is a large part of deep learning, and PyTorch provides us with a functionality known as reverse mode automatic differentiation that automatically computes these partial derivatives for us. And it also provides support for doing computations on the GPU and the CPU. And listed to the right here, we have some additional benefits of PyTorch. Now moving on, Pytorch provides a dynamic computation graph that allows models to be optimized at runtime. And this is done by constructing a dynamic acyclic graph of all the executed operations, which allows us to change things such as the shape, size, and the operations after iterations, which allows for fast experimentations. Finally, PyTorch has uses in computer vision, text, and audio, all of which it provides us with domain-specific libraries. Now, to give an introduction to the basic functions of PyTorch, we have prepared this exercise notebook. And you should go through this notebook and read up on these descriptions and implement code for wherever you see these to-do tags. You should read up on these descriptions and go over to the PyTorch documentation and search for relevant functions, read up on those functions, and code them out. Now, assuming that you have gone through all of these functions and worked through them, I'll take you through the process of building a simple neural network in PyTorch. So we usually start off with installing the libraries and importing the relevant packages to set up the environment. And we initialize the computation device, which can either be a GPU or a CPU. In our case, we see that it's a GPU, specifically, it's the T4 GPU that comes with Colab. We then initialize our data set, which we, in this case, use the MNIST data set downloaded from Torch, and we also perform some transformations on the data if needed. We then initialize our neural network, which in this case is a simple feed-forward neural network for the task of handwritten digit classification, and we cast that neural network onto the computation device. Then we initialize the loss function, which is just which quantifies how well our model is doing, and an optimizer which optimizes the model for the loss function. We then iterate over our data set multiple times to train the network, and we can see the output of the training performance on every iteration. And finally, we test our model's performance on a test set, which in this case is 10,000 test images, and we see an accuracy of 97.22%. So in conclusion, this recitation has covered an introduction to PyTorch and taken us through some exercises. And PyTorch is a very powerful deep learning framework that we'll be exploring in detail throughout the semester. And I hope that you found this recitation informative, and thank you.